Hey, what's up, everyone? Right off the bat, this patch brings player made boats, and I mean fully customizable sea vessels that you and your squad can build using the brand new boat building station and the boat building plan. You place the station out in the water and then start snapping together hull pieces, engines, sails, anchors, cannons, ramps, and all sorts of bits until you've got whatever kind of ship you've been dreaming about. And so these aren't just decorative either. The placement of engines and sails directly affects how your vessel handles and its speed. And you can even reverse them with the radial menu so you don't have to painfully back into a dock. Of course, you'll want to lock the steering wheel so randoms don't just take off with your creation. There's nothing worse than logging in to find your own ship cruising without you. And yes, every regular deployable that works on the standard tugboats and other craft will also work on your custom builds. So if you've ever dreamed of a floating base that's mobile, this is the moment. Once you've got your masterpiece on the water, there's a whole new offshore region called the deep sea where the real adventure begins. This area is deliberately unforgiving. You can't place building structures there, and there are no respawns there. So the risks are big, but the rewards are even bigger. Sailing toward the edge of the map in a strong boat like your custom model, and RAB, or even the new PT boats, will let you enter this biome, which is designed to be a first-come, first-served sort of high-stakes zone. Once you're in the deep sea, there's so much to chase after. There are tropical islands scattered around that act almost like microbiomes. They have sandy beaches, palms, and can even hold valuable ores or loot. Of course, you won't be the only one heading there. There are also ghost ships floating around, which are massive stationary hulks filled with crates and guarded by scientists that you'll need to fight through to claim what's inside. Some of these locked crates require hacking, and you're vulnerable while you're doing that. So it's a genuinely tense experience when other players or AI boats come rolling up. Splitting the difference between hostile ocean and safe haven, you'll find the deep sea floating cities, these huge monuments made from barges and rig frameworks that act as a kind of ocean metropolis. Each one you come across offers docks to secure your ship, safe zone amenities, NPC vendors selling weapons, armor, food, and so much more. And there's even room to harvest crops in greenhouse areas for a small fee if you've got scrap on hand. Recyclers, research tables, workbenches, refineries. It's basically a floating town in the middle of a dangerous ocean. And at the heart of it all is the Deep Deck Casino, a place where you can literally gamble your scrap in poker, slots, or arcade games, share a drink with survivors, or just unwind from the chaos of the deep sea. It's an unbelievable blend of risk and relaxation that you'll genuinely want to experience. To back up these new zones, there are now scientist boats roaming the deep sea, including the new PT boat, which is slower than an RHB, but packs a huge punch and is crewed by scientists ready to take you on. These scientist AI vessels patrol aggressively, and you can clear them out and steal them for your own use if you've got the firepower and nerve. The update also refreshes the classic RHI with a new look, updated models, and functional compass and map displays, so navigating open water feels a lot less intimidating. But that's not all. The AI itself has been upgraded not just at sea, but also on oil rigs and other locations. Scientists now behave more intelligently, trying to flank you, using smoke grenades, waiting in ambush, and generally making fights against them far more dynamic and unpredictable. Whether you're trying to take a ghost ship or hit a rig, these guys are smarter, faster, and more persistent than ever before. Because this update is so huge, the developers have also added 5 new naval-themed missions that tie into the ocean systems, giving purpose to exploring new waters beyond just chasing loot or base building. Some missions will keep you close to land, but others will send you straight into the deep sea, where the environment itself is part of the challenge. What's fascinating too is how this update doesn't just slap new features onto the game, it also massively optimizes systems that interact with water and movement. Server performance has been tuned to handle all these new floating entities and physics interactions without tanks in server stability. And there's a bunch of under-the-hood improvements all around that make watching your boats glide across waves feel more seamless and responsive than before. It's honestly one of the most ambitious patches Rust has ever released, reshaping the ocean from something you mostly ignored into a full gameplay layer, packed with risk, exploration, combat, and meaningful choice. Every group or solo player is going to have a different story about how they first sailed into the deep sea, or built their first custom ship, or got jumped by scientist boats while trying to dock at a floating city. And that's exactly the kind of emergent experience that keeps games like this compelling so far past their launch. In short, this update adds so many layers. Modular boats that you can truly personalize, a vast new biome full of rewards and danger, upgraded AI challenges, dynamic safe zones, and entire new mission paths. That going from rusty mainland play to high-adventure naval expeditions feels like stepping into a whole new game within Rust.